What's poppin'? This Kairos. You're entering Kairos realm in this present moment in time. I'm breaking down the planets and we jumping into Mercury. So Mercury is like your motherfucking mind. I'm pretty sure everybody already know that shit though. But Mercury is like the realm of your thoughts themselves. The mind is helping you move your thoughts and translate that, and inscribe it and inscript it out here in different ways, shapes, and forms. Mercury is not just your mind, it's the realm of thoughts itself. So, how you choose to like compute, damn, this motherfucker's still burning. So, how you choose to compute your reality is your Mercury. This is like the type of, this is the ways you like to think. These are the type of minds that you like to be in. When you look at your Mercury and you see the placement that it is in itself. You take me, I'm a being, my Mercury is in Capricorn. So I like to be in a sense of stability and a sense of like building shit, but me ending up being the boss at that shit at the end of the day. I got other shit that relate to my Capricorn energy, but that's my Mercury. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like my realm of thoughts is always centered around like blueprinting shit. Putting pieces of things together to make something out of it. You know what I'm saying? And you can look at your Mercury energy and see the same things for yourself. How your smartness works. Mercury is kind of figuring out like what type of smart are you. My Mercury is in Capricorn, so I'm like a Capricorn smart. I'm a builder smart. I'm like a boss, organizer, manager type of smart. Director type of smart. I'm not necessarily the type of smart, you could take my shit being like, if my Mercury was Aries or something, that's like warrior type of smart. I would be like my smartness, I would be carrying out my life and thinking about shit would be in the sense of a warrior. So I would be moving with faith. I would be moving with more honesty as I am and being in them like vibrations of life consistently. That would be like my realm of thoughts and what I would want to bring to me and like compute and whatnot to others. I would want you to get how Aries I am, because that's my mind. That's my Mercury. So it's like how I talk would be Aryan like. You know what I'm saying? Or how I may express shit or think about it, the type of shit I may talk about itself will be Aries like. It's dependent upon how the placements and whatnot work. But with your Mercury being there, that's you would be generating that type of energy and fluctuating it out into existence in some way, shape, or form. So those are the basics. That's Mercury. You know what I'm saying? Currently, if I'm not mistaken, we're going through a weak ass retrograde, and I don't find retrogrades as bad actually. Let me I'm gonna break that down real quick. Retrogrades are actually not a bad thing. You just gotta have a virtue of patience. A lot of y'all motherfuckers don't got no patience in yourself. Mercury gives you time to think. It gives you time to process. It gives you time to digest as you're alive. You know what I'm saying? As your being itself living. You know what I'm saying? Mercury give you some time to hold on. Let me process and figure out who I am, rather than always being in action and being in motion. Mercury, that retrograde, it gives you a piece of God. It's giving you your own space. It's making you hold on for a second rather than getting lost in whatever's going on in life. Who is you? You know what I'm saying? Let's figure out our shit for a second. Let's enjoy our space for a little second. That's the retrograde. You know what I'm saying? You going into energies of you. You bringing out your origins. So that's the type of vibes you be dealing with. So a lot of people, when you go through retrogrades and shit always fucking up for you, it's because you don't move with a sense of your origins. Like you don't know how to just be like your original self. You may be doing a lot of shit in life that is predicated to others. So when you are in this retrograde, shit slow down so you can have some time for yourself and you can think about you. Because the most important thing in a motherfucker's life is you. You know what I'm saying? Talking about your spirit and body, your home, how your life bending in, what you doing, rather than always doing shit. And you doing so much shit, you get lost into doing it. Them retrogrades be times of like, all right, back into your space. Like you was in the water, you was in the current and all that shit. Could have been down there drowning. But you was swimming in all that shit, then boom, you get put in a little bubble. Now you can breathe again. Now you don't gotta keep going up for air and shit like that. Now you got your own air, you got your own space. Now what you gonna do with that? It's time to clean, it's time to meditate, it's time to rejuvenate oneself, rather than always being in action. Because Mercury is about that action. Mercury is about that movement. You know what I'm saying? That's what the mind and shit is helping you a lot in similarities to Mars. But it's like we being humans, you know what I'm saying? Spirits and bodies that's upright, we always in our higher nations more of. So we not necessarily always in our Mars like that. Everybody always using their Mercury. If you relating and you don't got no like extra disability or nothing in life, your Mercury be on like a motherfucker. So you be needing them retrogrades to give your, you know what I'm saying, self some charge. Give them batteries some juice. You know what I'm saying? Them different canisters or different bodies of energy start giving that some substance and fulfillment itself so it can keep doing what it's doing. You know, you got to fulfill your mind. You got to fulfill that sense of who you is before you just be like, I'm out here living. You know what I'm saying? Take a pause. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, it's just you probably want to do some shit, and you probably really need to be patient. And once you start being patient and sitting with yourself, you know, you'll learn like, oh, like I'm low key glad I'm not doing all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you really like be honest and know how to reciprocate the energy in the right shape and form, rather than, you know what I'm saying, getting hateful and discomfortable with your own space. You know what I'm saying? Like respect who you are. You know, you gotta like there's some shit I've been on. Living as thy breath. You know what I'm saying? Cause like the breath be like the first thing you take in existence, right? So I be trying to respect life and be appreciative because I came in this bitch and I've been breathing ever since I've been here. With that, you know, I want to appreciate life in the sense of the breath as well. I want to appreciate what the breath is in all different ways, shapes, and forms. So when it's time to take a breather, respect that because you have your own breath of life. But to get that, first you have to take from something. You know what I'm saying? First you have to take a breath. The fact that you get a breath, you get some time, you get some space to breathe, you need to go ahead and worship that and appreciate that shit a little bit. Because without that breath, you wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of take life to digest this shit a little bit more cleaner and pristiner to help me actualize myself in a lighter version of life than a lot of others. And I'm just sharing a few little jewels, some little game with you niggas. I'm playing, Roast.